Hello, it's me again. Today's November the 14th, 2024, and now we're going back to 2004, around the exact same time. Uh, so I'm going to a Christmas party. It's my sister's Christmas party for her work, and she invited me and got me a blind date. So it's me, my blind date, my older sister, and my brother-in-law. So we go to this Christmas party, and I start getting messages from angels and stuff like that. Like, it's not always my angels. My angels are there just to protect me and to make sure that I'm safe. So anyway, they're like, the angels are telling me, listen, man, you're going to be doing some readings tonight, and you're going to win first prize for it, because they're not going to give you anything for your readings. And they expect me to receive something every time I do it. It doesn't necessarily have to be from the person I'm doing the reading from, but it just comes from anywhere. That's one of those things I really don't know how it works. So anyway, we get to this party, and I'm with my date, and I felt really bad, and I had to say something. I said, listen, you guys, some of the entertainment is not going to show up, and then I'm going to be doing some readings, and I'm sorry for this. Please forgive me. And my sister says, no, everything is going fine. I says, nope, well, one of your entertainment people don't show up for this event. And sure enough, the person didn't show up. So after dinner, I started doing readings at this Christmas party. Now, what this mostly is about, all the readings that I did were meaningful, and they were all had to do something to do. But the one that really got me a little bit was this young lady, and I was doing a reading on her, and I told her everything, and she goes, you got everything right except for the part about me getting pregnant and having a baby next year. I said, no, you're going to have a baby next year. And she goes, well, I can't. I've seen specialists, doctors, and they all told me I cannot have a baby. I said, well, they're wrong. You're going to have a baby next year. That's the way it is. I just know it's going to happen. And then a few people later, her husband came. I did not know it was her husband. And he goes, oh, you got everything right on me except for my wife. She can't get pregnant. She saw so many doctors, so many specialists. They all told her she cannot get pregnant. We've been trying for 10 years. And I said, listen, if I told your wife she's going to be pregnant, she is going to be pregnant. That's what's going to happen. And he goes, no, I am sorry, my friend. You're giving her false hope. And I says, no, I'm not. And so, let's go on to the next year almost. I told my sister again, I said, listen, I'll be doing the Christmas party again. And this time they're going to give me the wealth that I get for doing the readings, which was very generous. We don't need to say how much it was. But a year passes, and later on we'll go back on the stories, because so much is happening while I'm working in the entertainment industry and everything. And by the way, the blind date, well, didn't go well because I didn't have time to spend with her. And I also had a sort of a girlfriend in the adult industry, a few of them actually. But I don't know, it's just like, I don't know if I really loved any of them, or maybe I did. I think I loved all of them. But let's go to the year coming for this young lady for having this baby. I told her in the reading too, I said, listen, you are going to be waving to me next year beside my sister. I will not recognize who you are. I'll think you're just a big fat lady waving at me, but actually you're pregnant. But I won't know that, and you will not come and see me because you'll be afraid. And she goes, no, I won't be afraid. I'll be there. I'll come and see you, and I'll say hi, and I'll say thank you, and all that stuff if that happens. I said, it's going to happen, and it's going to happen the way I'm telling you. So, as the year goes on for this situation, for this lady, about April of that year, of 2005, maybe it was March 2005, the doctors started calling me. And they were pretty mean at me. Like, they were, even one of them used profanity. and said, we can sue you for giving people false hope. We can sue you for slander, for saying that this lady's going to have a baby. The specialist called me, the doctor called me, another specialist called me, and they were all very, very mean to me. And I said, listen, if I told someone that they're going to have a baby, they're going to have a baby. And there ain't nothing your specialization can do about it. There ain't nothing that doctor can do about it. There ain't nothing that the specialization guy can do about it. It's going to happen. And they were very, very upset. And I got upset because, I don't need that. So 2 months go by from March in 2005. And so now we're talking about June or July. I can't remember exactly. And my sister says she's still not pregnant. And I told my sister, I says, no, she is. She's just not telling you. And she goes, no, she would tell me. I go in about 2 or 3 months. It was July, I think it was. I said, in about 2 or 3 months, she doesn't have a choice. She's going to start to show. And then she has to tell you. And sure enough, a month or two passed and she started showing. And she was pregnant. But I was so busy at that time to remember that I did a reading a year ago at Christmas at a party, and to tell someone that they were pregnant, this was all going to happen. I was very busy. I'm not going to remember any of this. Like, I have so many people that want to see me at that time that were having problems and needed me and this and that. We'll get back to that. But right now it's about this person, having this baby and how it's going to happen. So, same time, 2005, around near the end of November, the Christmas party was again. I went to the Christmas party. I had to do the readings. I was being gifted to it for wealth. And I said, not only that, I'm going to win first prize again. The first prize last time was a car starter, and I needed it. And the second time, the first prize was something else. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it was one of the newer cell phones at the time. Cell phones were coming up, and they kept coming up with new ones. And they kept advancing, and I got the newest cell phone at the time, which I can't remember. So I'm doing the readings at the party, and it wasn't as good as the last time, because they put me in the middle of a hall, and I don't like to be a spectacle. I like to be a little bit more private. But anyway, some people would walk by and say some insults and stuff like that towards psychics, which I thought was rude and wasn't very nice. And I have a gift. So the one gentleman who was walking by making insults, I snapped my fingers, spilt his drink. That's all. I didn't do anything super bad. Another person, I made him trip a little bit, just snapped my other fingers. The insults were very rude, very mean, hurt very much. So I decided I wasn't going to do this anymore. And I also knew that they were not going to have me back doing the readings anymore after this one, which I told my sister. But anyway, as I'm doing the readings, all of a sudden I see my sister in the corner of my eye, and I'm doing a reading on someone, and she's waving at me, so I start waving back, and she's beside this bigger fat woman. And I'm like, I'm just waving at my sister. I really don't know who this big fat woman is. And then later on, when I was done all the readings and on the way home, she goes, that was the girl you told was going to be pregnant and to have the baby. I can't remember if I told her it was going to be a boy or a girl. It was a long time ago. But I usually get the sex right, too. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be a boy. But don't quote me on that either. But anyway, she told me, you told her that she would wave to you. She'd wave to you and you'd wave back. I says, I wasn't waving at her. I was waving at you. And my sister goes to me, she goes, no, she was waving. I go, then why didn't she come over and say hi? And, she was scared. She was terrified to come over and see you. And I said, that happens a lot with me when I do something that's out of the ordinary, against the grain, going against specialists and doctors and stuff like that. But that's my story for this time. I'll get back to more stories later. Bye.